way to work again. It's a beautiful weather today, +5. Just a few weeks ago it was -40 something. Now today is +5. Wow. So right now again I'm heading to BC. I already crossed the border from Alberta to BC. It's a beautiful driving. It's no snow on the ground. This morning there was snow. It didn't snow, but the wind was blowing the snow on the side of the road to the main road. So everything is all cleared up right now. So I am loving the driving. It's a beautiful weather, beautiful day. See the crack on my windshield. So there's a lot of rocks on the road. Alberta has rocks because they use the rocks to keep the road not to be slippery. So they kind of pour sand and rocks on the ground when it's kind of when it's snowing. So when the road is slippery. Back in Ontario they use salt. Here we use sand and rocks. So when people are driving, they kind of throw the rocks on your windshield. So you might buy a brand new windshield on your car today and you might have a crack on it right away when you're driving. That's the reality. So I don't really change my windshield until it's really bad. That's when I change it, because I might change it right away and I'm gonna have a crack same day or the next day. You can't really predict, but it happens often. I just changed the windshield just not too long ago, like a year ago. Now it's cracked. Oh, I love the weather. It is beautiful. So you have the scale on my right hand side. The scale are for those big trucks. They have to stop on this scale here and they have to weigh their truck. So normally we have police. So that's the scale unit right there, scale station. So every big trucks have to stop by and weigh their truck, because there's a limit of how heavy the truck has to be heavy. If it's heavier more than what is being required, they have to fine them for that. So I don't know why they do that. Well, I guess it's for security or for safety purpose, if I should put it that way. So I'm gonna be hanging in right on this road. This is a little town, little village here before you get to Dawson. You see. This road is a little bit tricky. It's road is a little bit tricky. See on this road, it's a little bit slushy because the snow is yet to be cleared. There's a lot of turning around this area, so you gotta watch it. Drive careful. I love this weather, it's so beautiful. I hope on my days off I'm gonna have this weather so that I can make some barbecue and some jerk chicken, some Caribbean stuff. There's a junkyard on this side of the road here. They have a lot of cars. Just slow down. Check it out. Yeah, it's a junkyard. But it looks as if all the cars they have here are the old ones, old cars. I'm heading to work right now. I gotta be at work I have 40 more minutes to get to work, so this is 4:50 p.m. Like this morning when I was coming back from work, there's a lot of snow on the road. Lot of snow because the wind was blowing all the snow on the side of the road to the main road. So it's pretty windy right now outside, but because the weather is kind of warm right now, so it seems like it's melted every snow on the main road. It's melted them away. Like this road this morning was full of snow. And you don't want to be very careful when you're driving on this on the road. When there's snow on the road, you got to be very careful because it's going to be really slippery. This morning when I was heading back home, I saw a truck on Highway 43. That was just after Wembley. I saw a truck was right in the ditch, so he kind of got in the ditch, and I'm sure there was help for him. See houses on this side of the road as well. You can see that houses here in Canada, especially. You'll see some people, they like to live at the middle of nowhere. You know, they live at the middle of nowhere, just by themselves. No neighbors, nothing, no one around. Look at that building right in front of me right there. You can see that's at the middle of nowhere, and they just love it. I can't do it. At least I gotta be close to a neighbor. I gotta be close to somebody. But here in Canada, absolutely not. They like to be by themselves. Most people will live at the middle of nowhere. Like I'm talking about 10 kilometer, 50 kilometer away from people. No neighbor, nothing. You know, and I come across some of them and I ask them why. People say that, they answer me and say they just want to be alone. They don't like being around neighbors, you know, they want a quiet, peaceful life. You know, and I ask them, I say, but what about if something happened to you, you're in Canada, you have an emergency, or don't you get lonely, or don't you get bored, not seeing people around, not having a neighbor around you? They said no, they are okay with it. You know, and if there's any emergency, they, you know, they have their phone to call for, to call 911. You could see right there as well, there's another house and somebody living there. But you have some of them that live at the middle of nowhere. One of the reasons why some people do that is because some of them are farming, so that's why they do that. They, you know, some of them do that because of that, and some of them no, they just, that's where they live and that's where they're going to be permanently. But some of them live at the middle of nowhere because they are farmers. So you can't really farm in the city except outskirts of the city. So some people are living there as well, and they've been there for years. You know, look at that beautiful house at the middle of nowhere. I can't do it. I need to see my neighbor around me at least. If I have to live away from neighbors, it shouldn't be 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers away, not more than that. Because life is boring already in Canada, then living by yourself at the middle of nowhere, it's not going to help. Okay, so I drove from Alberta down to BC. Now when I get to BC, I have to drive through the back road. Then when I drove to the back road, it takes me back to Alberta province again. to Range Road 134, and there's a speed limit that has to be followed on this road. If you are caught speeding over the limits, you will not be allowed to walk on this list anymore. They take it very seriously. There's a road cop on the road. He's hiding somewhere. I saw him the other day stopping somebody that was over speeding, I believe. So I'm not allowed to go more than 50 on this road. This is you could see some residential people on this road. People who living on this road as well. See? On site because the snow is melting. There's only one way to find out. That's when I get there. So you see what I mean? There is one of the reasons why people live at the middle of nowhere is because they are farmers. So when you look at all these houses, you can see houses on the other side. See a neighbor living on this side as well. Not too sure if you can see that because of the sun. Slow down. Make sure I don't want to get into trouble. Gotta follow the speed limit. And that's the road cop right there. Sometimes you get carried away when you're driving. So you gotta watch your speed limit all the time. Keep an eye on it. And sometimes you get tempted and you just overspeed without you knowing. So you see, we have a neighbor here as well. I'm not too sure if this is I think this is a farmer as well. It must be a farm. Yeah.